Glenn Hellman. He's the creator of Tweet Digman and the Twitter Venture Capital Pitch Competition. And his session tonight is what Match.com taught an old man about love, life, and social media. How you doing?
50% of the marriages in the United States fail. 50% of the marriages in the United States fail. And in 1980, I flipped the coin and bet that I'd be on the winning side of that bargain. Guess what? I lost. So I had to go to my family, my parents, and tell them what's going on. My parents married 57 years. My younger brother's married 27. My sister's married 31. So I was the failure of the family. And I had to tell this to my parents, which my dad went through the recession. No, not the recession. Worse than the recession. You got it. And he's a grizzled World War II veteran, 90 years old. First time I ever saw him cry, I said, what's going on? What did I do to my dad? And it really did. It broke me up. I mean, my dad's been married 57 years. I'm getting divorced. Why was he crying? He didn't know you could do that. So 25 years later, I'm on I'm 25 years away from my last first date. I find myself in a totally different world. This is how we dated in 1980. We went to bars, we met women in bars, or we could go to a bar and meet women. The choices had changed. I mean, everything was different. It was turned on its head. We had so many choices. There was speed dating. You could take a profile and have people figure out who you should be dating. There was Match.com. It was a different world, and in a lot of ways there were improvements because it was less risky. I mean, the people there had opted in to be approached, and they had been opted in to be approached, so you were in the right place. It was more efficient, it was targeted, there was less chance of rejection, but it wasn't perfect. So many times, people, they'd show up 10 years after the picture. And I started realizing there were issues here. This is not like the regular world. There was a whole different language. Match.com, in the real world, this is curvy. In Match.com, it's like this. That's Match.com curvy. Ages are deflated. So, and the problem with that is, what are they thinking? Because in this world, the life cycle of a lie is severely deflated. Women would say, I'm 45, I'd look them up, they ran a marathon 5 years ago. They were 45 then. You can't, I'd read the most boring profiles, boring, and they would be saying, I'm so funny, I'm interesting. No, you're not. If you are, do it, be that way. There was a trick I learned. When you look at somebody's profile on Match.com, they can tell you looked. So instead of asking them to date, I'd look at them, and eventually they come back and say, hey, what's wrong with me? They come to me. I finally realized this was a new operating system for the world. It wasn't just dating. 1.0 was jungle drums, 2.0 was Gutenberg and the mass media, 3.0 is social media. You need 5 different rules for operating in the 3.0 world. One is your pants burn faster and hotter in this new world. There's no sense in lying. Reputation. It's not a PR thing anymore. It's a product management issue. I mean, if you suck, Daniel Snyder, you better unsuck. The other advantage is by being truthful and real, you're in a qualified world. You're working with people who are real prospects, who you have a real chance of satisfying their need, and you spend quality time with them. Big advantage. Say who you are, or words are so empty, it's your body of work. If you're a thought leader, be a thought leader in your blogs, in your tweets, in your body of work. Words are empty. Scarcity principle. Be the pretty girl at the dance. Figure out how to get people to come to you. When a pretty girl asks you to dance, she's an 8. You ask her to dance, same girl, she's a 10. This worked for me, and this is where I found my love 4 years ago. Nancy back there, wave. So it worked for me. Businesses are finding that this works, and leaders of countries are being toppled because they haven't figured out this 3.0 system. Thank you.